Keke Palmer's stress and worries changed after having her son. To hell with me. Any mother will tell you that parenthood isn't always enjoyable, but it does allow us to rest in unexpected ways. Take Keke Palmer. Her first and only kid, Leo, turned 1 in February. Toddlers can be a full-time job in and of itself, but a quick look at her social media pages reveals a professional mom who is constantly on the go with a range of creative endeavors. But our favorite Martha no longer stresses over everything on her plate, at least not as much as she once did. Knowing her little guy is in the world has given her a fresh perspective, which she feels has been freeing. Before I had my son, I thought everything was the end of the world. I had the impression that I was more anxious about what was going to happen, when it was going to happen, and feeling invalid in some ways, she tells Romper. I believe I had a strong desire to help others, but having my son changed things in some ways since I believe he is the finest thing I can do for. Palmer is unlikely to be found reclining in a hammock by the ocean when she is entirely relaxed. She has different vibes during getaways. I'm probably the one person that's not desperate for a beach vacation, she said. I thoroughly enjoyed my visit to Amsterdam. I also adore a small cabin. Do you understand what I mean? We're fishing, and oh, we're by the fire, making s'mores. Palmer's new relationship with Chips Ahoy, which will send a lucky sweepstakes winner to Malibu Beach, is ideal for people who want a tropical escape, specifically in a home inspired by Chips Ahoy. A retreat, if you will. The collaboration and contest are part of the company's new improved cookie recipe. Now, nothing is broken, so we aren't fixing anything, Palmer explains. We're just improving it. Texture, the taste, the crunch, the packaging. From now until May 31st, cookie lovers may enter the Chips Ahoy improved getaway sweepstakes by following the brand's social media platforms and commenting with the hashtag Chips Ahoy Getaway on the pinned photos on its Instagram feed and Facebook page. Of course, Palmer doesn't have much time for vacation these days. The multi-hyphenate host's password and the podcast baby. This is Keke Palmer while also working on other projects. She is now filming The Pickup, which will co-star Eddie Murphy and Pete Davidson. Ironically, she claims that the obligations of acting in a film or television show provide the ideal structure and regularity for her hectic lifestyle. That's probably the one time my schedule would be more consistent, she said. I prefer that these days, particularly with my son. It just allows me to have a better schedule with him and know when we'll have our one-on-one time. Days normally begin between 5 and 7 a.m., but Leo arrives around 10 a.m., and the mother and son return home in the evening. It's like a full work week, but when I get home, I sit down, relax, and spend a few minutes with my son before he goes to bed. Obviously, it's always enjoyable to be in my son's presence.